Hi everyone! Welcome back to my channel. Yeah, it's me, Leah. I am in front of the camera again after a long time. This is Flosstube number 25, I think. It's July 2023 and this is the update for 2 months, for May and June and a little bit of July. And I will only be on here for a very short amount of time because my camera battery is dying. I have filmed the German version and I'm going out tonight, and it took me the whole day to prepare this video. So I just wanted to say hello to you in person, for even if it's just a little bit. So because I won't be able to film now that I have to wait an hour for the battery. I will have to take the money that I get from YouTube once a year and then invest that into a second battery pack. I know. But yeah, it's crazy. The updates are coming and I have not only a finish and a column finish and a new start and another SAL planned. I also have a collab with a designer that I'll be showing you. This is the beginning of a cross-stitch career, because you know I've been self-employed in the creative business for over 10 years. It's 12 years I think now, right now, and I've always been hesitant to dive into cross-stitch because I wanted to keep my personal, most important hobby a bit separate from my business. But now it's time to merge, and there are such cool things coming. I'm so excited. So I've been to a Stitchy meetup in Germany, and I recorded when I was there, or after I was there. I recorded a little video, but I think I only recorded in German. If not, I will put it here. I loved it. I loved the people. It was awesome. I'm so happy. My boyfriend had to push me to go. And I'm super happy he did, because the people were wonderful and we stitched and talked and it was just so lovely and heartwarming to experience this, and just such lovely people. And yeah, there will be another meetup, but it's in Germany, so yeah. Next up, I have the numbers of my WIPs for you. So let me quickly do that. What I will do is film some clips right now, because I like maybe have half an hour before the light is totally gone. And I will film some clips with me in it now, and then the rest I will do tomorrow. I will have to do tomorrow or at night, and then you won't see me anymore. But yeah, I just want to, I don't know. Let me see how far I come. In general, I stitched so my monthly goal of stitches is 8,000 stitches, and in May I stitched, usually it's 6,000, and in May I stitched 8,000, and in June I stitched a total of 7,200 stitches, which is crazy. I stitched so much in the last month. Yeah, so for Gamer I stitched 5,000 and in May and 3,000 in June, and I finished the column. It's so great. It's such a great feeling. I think it motivated me a lot to finish the column. That's why I stitched so much on it, and I want to take the chance to show it to you in person, so you see, well, not in person, but besides my person, so you see how big it is. And yeah, that's it. And this is where it was last time, and this is where it is now. So as you can see, I finished the page down here and already started up there, and finally don't have to look at those feet all the time. Yeah. that's how far I got. There's a flower, and the gray wasn't that bad. It wasn't that much. I think it was only from here to here. And yeah, I'm super happy and super motivated to keep going with Gamer. What else can I tell you? Not much to talk about this time. Last time I talked for ages about Gamer, not this time. Okay, next up is Dark Queen of the Earth. Let me quickly show you where it was last time and where she is now in comparison. There she is. Let me show you the numbers. I stitched 2,500 in May and I have a goal of 2,600 a month. So a little bit below, and in June only 1,850. It's difficult for me to go like way beyond 2,500 on her. I just have to finish a little bit of the hair and the flower here, and I think I have like 6,000 left as of July because the feet dropped and another part here where there's another flower. And I just will do the bulb. There's like an option for flowers or like these bulbs, and I just leave it at one bulb and do the other two in flowers because I think the flowers are really beautiful and no further changes. So it's pretty exciting because it's two things. So I feel like not as excited anymore now that I know the full design, because I think next month is the last release and everything that's missing then is backstitch and the beads and maybe some small details. So I think we know now how it looks and the excitement is gone a bit from the start. So I don't know if I will reach my goal of 2,500, but I think I will try to start today with a big session on her. So yeah, I really still want to finish her this year. Next up is my Heaven and Earth owl. I actually worked on it, and I didn't work on it in May, but I put 900 stitches into it in June, and I made a calculation. If I continued on her as I've done so far, I will need 21 years to finish the owl. So I really gotta get it going with her. If I did like 1,000 stitches a month, I could finish her by the end of 2024, so by the end of next year, and that's my goal. As of July, I already know that I won't make that goal. But I try to stitch on her next month a little bit more because I have a start, and that start is I will have 2 starts in July, and I already started one, and that is I just can't stop stitching on that one. So yeah, I will have to pause her again for this month because, you know, in my tracker I have usually I have 3 projects a month, but this month I already have 5, I think. And yeah, so the Dark Queen, the Gamer, 1 start that I'm showing you right now, and another new start. And oh, maybe the owl is even in here. No, Supernatural is in there alright, still. So yeah, I will not work on her in July, but I will probably in August. I hope to work on her in August, or on it. I don't know why I'm saying her. Maybe it's a she. I don't know. Now to my finish. And here you see it where it was last time, and here you see how it looks like now. I love this finish. So yeah, the thing is, I only finished it because I have a new start coming up. I wanted to finish this to reason myself into the new start, because it only took like 1,500 stitches, I think. How much was left? Oh, it's 2,650 stitches were left. And yeah, I thought I could do it, and I did it. And I'm super happy. I even put in the Cone of Doom. I stole it from another Witchy stitcher pattern, I have to be honest. And I had to make some changes to its height, so it's a little bit smaller than the original one, but I didn't really like the ogre, so yeah, I pretty quickly, I think I talked about it, that I want to put the Cone of Doom in here, and width-wise it fit perfectly, but height-wise I just had to make it a little bit shorter, but I think it looks pretty cool. Also, I had to put this a little bit down, but I think you don't really see it. So here are, usually there are like 4 stitches in between these frames, and here are only 3. Otherwise I couldn't have fit this in here. So yeah, I love the ghost, I love the demon. I think this part of the pattern is my favorite corner, but overall I love it so much. And I ordered the frames, which I will collect from the post office tomorrow, probably. And then I can frame it and show you next time how it looks framed. Oh no, I actually just realized that I have some stitches missing up here in the corner. They're supposed to be like the yellow. Yeah, you haven't seen it. You won't tell anyone, okay? I will go and stitch that right now. I didn't even realize that in my German video. Next up is my first of 2 new starts. And I already stitched so much on it. The pattern is called Whisper by Heaven and Earth Design, and I will show it to you here, how it looks like. It's a mini that I chose, and the reason why I started it is I watched a Flosstube video, and the lady said that she's using only 22 count fabric for her cross stitch, for her full coverage, and she's only using CXC. And as you know, with my owl, I'm struggling a bit with CXC on Lugana, because I think the stitches compared to DMC don't look as neat. And the thing is, it could be because the fabric is a little bit too small. So many people are not bothered by that. Many people stitch on, like, even with 18 count over 2, it's such a normal thing for stitchers to use. But I still don't like the stitches on 18 count with two strands. I think it looks messy. I can't really have like pretty stitches on that. So I was very curious to check this fabric out. So when I was in Sindelfing on the Stitchy meetup, I bought like 25 centimeters of fabric. So a couple of inches. So I could try and test this fabric. Then the next question was, what should I do? The original plan was to use the crow pattern that I had, but I thought that it was only color, like there were not many color changes, no confetti, and you don't really know if you like a fabric for full coverage if you have used it for confetti heavy pieces, because that is really challenging, especially if you use a fabric that's too small. You won't notice it when you stitch like big parts in one color, but when you change start and stop thread all the time, it gets bulky very quickly. So I wanted to stitch on something that has confetti, and I have this in my stash. And the thing is, I know that I don't really have time to finish a lot of Heaven and Earth designs. especially, so I have many. I have many on my wish list. I've purchased many patterns. This is already a mini, and I again cut it. I cropped the mini Heaven and Earth, and here you can see a picture of how it will look like cropped. I know, it's pretty radical, but I just want to see her face, I want to see the flowers, the colors, and as much as I would love to stitch the whole thing, I still have to be realistic about how much I can do. And with this crop, I cut 60%, which is like 2 years or 3 years of stitching on this piece. I could finish this, if I use it as a focus piece, I could finish it in a year, easily. And that is very motivating for me, and this is something I will probably do again in the future, and stitch like just small parts of a HAED, or even small parts of a full-size HAED. So maybe do like only the face, or only like a part of the background that I love, or just plan to stitch it full size, but then start from the middle and look how far I go, and like start at one page and work around in pages from the start. So anytime I think, okay, this looks great to me, I think it's enough, I don't want to stitch it anymore, I can just stop. I can just say, okay, like 2 or 3 pages, so it's like filled out and has a square shape, and then I'm done with this. Yeah, that makes it easier for me to tackle big projects and have the excitement of having a finish or coming towards the finish line. Me personally, this is just a personal choice. So many people are not comfortable with cutting, and many people are super comfortable with having like 100 WIPs and being full aware that they will never finish any of their HAEDs. And that's also totally fine because it's a hobby, so everyone can do as they please. But that's just, I want the finishes. I want to know that eventually, even only on some projects, I will have a finish. So that is my way to deal with that. And yeah, I can't put it down. I love this fabric. This is hand dyed, and I use it as an experiment, and it's almost too nice to be stitched on, but I have it now, so I love how it turns out. I'm pretty sure in the future I will do like a gray, yellow, brown mix again when I come to it, when I have the time. So yeah, I think this is 1,500 stitches, or close to. I think there are 200 stitches missing, and I stitched this in like 3 days. So I love this fabric. I enjoy it very much. As you can see, the coverage is pretty good, but I think if it was on white, that's why I originally dyed it. Now you can see it a bit better. If it was on white, you could see the fabric, definitely. The Flosstube I saw, I sadly didn't note who it was. She stitched on white, and her projects look amazing. So I know on camera you don't really see when there's white showing through, so, but to be honest, it's just a little, it's pretty similar to DMC on 25 count. Maybe a little bit more see-through, but if you stitch tightly, it's pretty close to DMC on 25 count, and this is only CXC. So because CXC is a little bit thicker, it's pretty close when you're stitching on this 22 count. If you want to purchase this fabric, you can go to my shop, Etsy shop, Lady Revenga Crafts, or my main shop is in German only. But yeah, pretty sure you can find it in any fabric store that carries Zweigart. So this is a Zweigart 22 count. Salta is the correct name. I'm pretty sure. So I was super curious to start this so I could plan like more Heaven and Earth projects next year, or in general more full coverage projects if I like the fabric. So I have like my go-to fabric that I was still looking for. And so far I'm pretty sure I will stick with that. I think I have arrived, like my lifelong partner. I found him in this fabric. So, which is pretty cool because I really would like to have like 10 Heaven and Earth starts like someday, or 20, and go crazy, but still have projects that are actually doable and have them on fabric that I love. So, and do it with CXC because DMC is like €1.20 in Germany, so it's crazy. Imagine kitting a HAED with that. Okay, just quickly some stats for this. I cut off 61% of this project, which are 45,000 stitches. For me, this is like one focus year or like 2 or 3 normal project years for a project. So all I have to do left is 28,000, and that's easily done in a year for me if I focus on it. I don't plan on finishing it, but yeah. So now I had 12 WIPs. I finished the Book of Shadows, not Book of Shadows. I finished the Supernatural SAL, and I UFO'd my Mirabilia, so I was down to 10, and now I have a new start. This is WIP number 11 for me. Next up is my new start, my second new start this month. It starts, I think, in the middle of July or towards the end, 21st, if I have it correct in my mind. It's by Living on the Rainbow. You can order the SAL on Etsy, and I am in love with this design. I was super excited because you actually, let me see, yeah, you actually make a book. You probably all have seen it by now, but you actually make a book with pages, they are stitched, and this is such an interesting project, and I have seen her other books before and was super curious to start one of them someday, because yeah, I haven't seen a finish like that ever before, and I knew I had all the supplies to do a book. Now I read that she said on her page that she wouldn't offer the supplies for that, the embellishments, so no book corners, not the skull or the chain or the lock charm. So what I did was I contacted her and asked her if she was okay if I offered an embellishment pack, and I was a bit scared, to be honest, to message her, because I mean it's her project and I'm sure there's like tons of time that went into it, but she reacted so friendly, and she is really great. Love talking to you. Hi, if you're watching, Olena. And yeah, so we made this happen. And with this you get all the extra embellishments you need to finish the SAL. So you get like book corners. I put 4 extra ones in so you can do one of her other books. If you want to have another 4 for another book, then you can just message me and we will figure that out. It is available on Etsy. And yeah, so I'm found this skull charm, which I think is pretty cool. And I will cut off the loop and file it down quickly. I will do that for 100 skulls right now, so that will be fun, but I'm really happy that I can do this. 1 second. Okay, back to where we were. I just got to the post office to fetch my frames for Supernatural and Murky Manor, actually. So you will see that next time. I won't show them to you today. You will have to wait like 2 months, probably. Okay, here we go. So that's the book, and that's the... I don't know where I left off, to be honest, but I think I told you everything you need to know if you want to get it. It's on Etsy. Lady Revenga Crafts is my shop name. And yeah, you will find it there, and I will also link it down below, and also link the SAL down below, and the SAL is also linked on the Etsy listing. So yeah, it's super exciting to be allowed to do this, and I'm really actually hoping for something like this in the future. So if you know any projects that could use an extra embellishment pack, please let me know. I'm really happy to help you out. Okay, so about the SAL, I will start it. I will take you all through it. If you think this is too difficult for you, I will probably maybe make more videos on the SAL about the journey to finish it. And yeah, I guess the fabric will be glued to the book, so no hand sewing involved. You can do it, and there will be instructions, and I'm pretty sure we will all get this. So what I'm thinking, I see that in the previews the colors are pretty vibrant, so it will be like probably like a little Halloween-y, maybe. So there have been some previews which look super cool. I'm so excited for this. It's worth checking out also the store. She has many super interesting patterns that I also have on my favorites list. So what I think I will do is maybe make a toned down version. So I will pick like a smaller, less vibrant color palette. As you know, like a little bit like I did with Supernatural, I ditched all the vibrant colors from that as well. And yeah, make some color changes, but I will see how I will do it when we get there. But there's gold and metallic in here, and I love the cover so much. It looks so cool. And yeah, so here's the other book you can do. And that's the finished version. Yeah, so this is the color palette for the Book of Shadows. As you can see, it's pretty vibrant. Yeah, I'm super hyped for that. I'm so hyped. Oh my god, the art is so gorgeous. I'm super hyped for this. And yeah, so that's these news. Now on to my fabric dyeing project, which I'm super excited about. And I know there are lots of people who do fabric dyeing, but in Germany it's a little bit difficult to get fabric. So the thought has been lingering for a while. I think I've told you about this already. And yeah, but I will ship internationally. I will put it all up in my Etsy shop, and I will try and make return, like shipping times, as quick as possible. So I will have like a base collection, which I will show you right now, and which I can dye pretty quickly, so I can like finish a fabric within a week and then ship it. So, oh, maybe 2 weeks. Well, in the past I have been thinking about doing cross-stitch with my shop. Now, I've been doing 12 years of crafts, like charms, jewelry supplies, beads, but mainly fabric, lace, like lace collars, lace applique. That's that was the main thing I did, and I delivered it to like theaters and venues, and also I delivered it to a show for a big amusement park, one of the biggest in Europe. So yeah, and I've been hesitant to join in with the cross stitch because I wanted to keep it separate, like cross stitch separate from as a personal, private thing from business. But the thing is, I was, so I had to close the shop for a while because of personal mental reasons. And Corona did a lot to the industry that I'm working for. So a lot of small businesses that were customers of mine stopped doing what they do. While I wasn't there, I feel like people found other sources. So I'm struggling a little bit, to be honest. And I've been struggling for a while, and it's really hard for me to get back on track, to be honest. So that's why because that's all I can do. That's all I have is this shop. So I don't have I studied, but I never finished it because I had this shop and was super successful when I first started it. So it was so big that I even considered getting employees and everything. It was super big, and then Corona came, and I had, like, a little bit before Corona, I struggled so much with burnout and everything. I feel like this is the best. I'm really good at this, and I told Olena she doesn't have any idea how much this means to me, because the feedback for this pack was huge. I've sold so many embellishment packs, and it's not about the money, but more about the psychological side of it. To have, like, people be excited again about the things that you sell. Now I really still have, like, people that give me feedback, but it's way less than it was a couple of years ago, and I've been struggling with that, to be honest. So that's a little bit of oversharing here, but yeah, this meant a lot to me, and I've been thinking about dyeing fabrics for a long time, because in Germany you don't really have many options for fabric dyeing, and also the UK dyers, many of them don't deliver to Germany anymore. This is my start, and when I do things, I do them, like, seriously. So this is the first. Let me introduce you to my first collection. Now it's really difficult to show the colors on camera, but as I'm seeing, these look pretty accurate, actually. Now this is basically like my first collection. There will be like 4 or 5 more releases with base colors like this, and where I only use one color, and then I will mix those and do like 2 colored fabrics, and then I will do maybe 3 colored fabrics. I'm planning on doing like dip dye and like having gradients, having like cool effects and everything. But now as a start, I want to be very thorough and dye every color that I can imagine as a base line collection. So it's super interesting. I've been dyeing fabrics before, but now I cut like 20 by 20 pieces. I watched the whole first season of The Last of Us while cutting this fabric and planning it all out. It took so much time. Yeah, but these are the like cotton based fabrics. This is Murano and Bellana and Lugana, and yeah, so it's 32 count and 28 count. Then I have like the Ada. These are the Ada fabrics, and then I have the linen. The best piece of fabric to dye is really the linen, the Belfast. I think that's why it's the most popular fabric for hand dyeing, because it takes the color really well. It's really beautiful. So yeah, so this is the pink, and then I have this amethyst berry purple. Again, here are the light cottons, then the linens, and up here the Aidas. And it's really interesting that this Aida looks much more blue, like the, I think it's the 14 or 16 count, or it's the 18 even. And it's even different to the other two sizes. So I will put this all up in my shop. You can buy this on Etsy. On my Lady Revenga Crafts is my Etsy shop. I will link it all down below. And for the German buyers, I do have a standalone online shop where I have before made the most of my sales, but now I'm like, with Etsy I can easily have it translated and shipped all over the world. Yeah, so yeah, if you're international, you can go to my Etsy. Then these purples, like here again, the Aidas all dye so differently. Then the linens all dye pretty similar. And then I have the cottons here at the front, but still love this so much. And I do have to say, I personally really prefer the cloudy, like I call it cloudy, like fabrics apart from the dyeing where you get maybe something like this. This is still really, really pretty, but I prefer actually this. But yeah, when you order, you can always leave a note if you like it more like harsh or like crystal-like and cloudy-like. Maybe I will do like 2 separate lines, but yeah. And then I have this like an ocean aqua blue, like, but also like a little bit of sky blue. Yeah, so here you see the variation. I have some stains because when I dried them, I put some of the pieces up top of each other, and they weren't dry yet. So yeah, that's why I have some stains. But these are only like sample packs. And finally, this is the green, and it's probably, this is a teal green, as you can see, like it's a dark tealy green. Love it so much. And here the Aida is pretty light actually, so, but these are all dyed in one bath, so they all laid in the same bowl. Maybe I can insert in the future, if you want, you can follow me on Instagram for more updates. I will not bother you in every video now. Maybe just do like a super short update at the end of the video, but I won't like do it in such a long time as now. I'm so sorry. I'm having a little bit of trouble to speak fluently because it's very late at night and I'm super tired. But I really want to finish up the video tonight. And so this is something that you might see in the future. This is a custom dyed fabric for a stitchy friend of mine. I don't know if I will do custom, to be honest, because it's a lot of work to, like, I mix colors and yeah, it's a little bit difficult. Like, no, it's not difficult, but I don't know if I actually will have the time because I still have the shop where I sell fabrics and everything. So for now it will only be the base collections and then maybe some spots per month for custom fabric dyes. Yeah, but I can see that something like this coming into my collection as well because I love it so much. It's really, really beautiful, even though I don't like yellow as much usually, but this one is awesome. Now, thank you so much for sticking until the end. I hope you enjoyed. If you have like a designer where they don't sell embellishment packs or where you want to see kits from, please let me know in the comments and tell me how you like the fabric. And I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!